working now. Okay, so I'm the vlogger, and I'll leave it there who I am. So I've talked so much about conspiracies I've had regarding the Doctor and the Blue Box. And I've also mentioned that the Doctor is, well, a face-changing being that has took on many different appearances throughout his or her long life and faces through history. You see, that's another thing. The Doctor, I believe, has had many encounters with big historical figures throughout the past and history, and many more in the future that will be. But we commonly like to go back in time when it comes to time travel. Well, a majority of us, because of course you don't want to go forward in time and see something terrible that could happen in your lifetime. I'd go beyond that. Anyway, yes, faces through history. The Doctor has come across them, I think, I believe, I know. Of course, without the invention of the camera, there have been many odd things, like the Doctor seeing people, historical people, beings. I already mentioned once before that Rosa Parks met a woman with 4 individual friends, and I think that was the Doctor. Does the Doctor also observe history and maintain things and make sure fixed points in time go as they are followed? Like, because there are moments in there throughout history that are fixed points and cannot be meddled with. Does the Doctor cause them? Like, what if the Doctor intervened in Pompeii? Caused that to happen, and that's why it's a fixed point. Was there some alien invasion threat, and the destruction of Pompeii was a price worth paying? And of course, like I said, throughout history there have been sightings of this blue box. Now, the blue box, as I've already said, is disguised as a blue police box that was used in the 1950s, and there have been many sightings of it. I think, well, no, I don't think, I know that is the Doctor's ship, the TARDIS. TARDRS, DIS, sorry, time and relative dimensions in space. See, this is meant to disguise itself wherever it goes, blending into its surroundings, and for some unknown reason it's stuck as a blue box. Thinking, stuck as a blue box, but that's why so many people have had so many different sightings, why that image has been hieroglyphed and everything throughout history. Maybe the Doctor should try and fix this mechanism that causes it to change shape, because that's how the Doctor's been seen and spotted. As I mentioned already, before, 1901, Nikola Tesla seen with 2 strange women and men, resembling that of Yasmin Khan, Ryan Sinclair, and Graham O'Brien. Of course, they're back where they are now, but Yasmin doesn't give any useful information on who she is or where she was during these absent times. But then there's also others, like the Daniels family and friend, the Kennedy assassination, the same man attending that, one of the doctors. Then, of course, there was, in 2017, when we got this rover on Mars, there was a message written out saying, "God save the Queen," that dated back to the 1800s. Was the Doctor and the British Empire there? How were they there as well, given the technology of that time? Were they given technology? And then there is this photo from 1941 of Winston Churchill with a young woman that looks a lot like Amy Pond, and then there's this man in a bow tie and a tweed jacket. His identity is unknown. I think it's the Doctor. Again, in 2010, the two individuals were seen at this art exhibition of Vincent van Gogh with a man that looks an awful lot like him. How is that Vincent van Gogh? Of course, the curator of that exhibition and museum, Dr. Black, stated that this man asked him what Vincent van Gogh is to him. He told him he was the greatest person that ever lived, and this look-alike individual thanked and praised him in tears of joy. What was that all about? What was it? And then, of course, there was Marilyn Monroe seen with another man whose identity is unknown. Again, there was another man that resembled that of of teacher John Smith in 1913. Again, John Smith, there was not many records of him, no birth certificates, no anything, and he was there in 1913 and then just disappeared, as if he never was there at all, but we all know he was there. He looked an awful lot like the Doctor, with his housemaid Martha, who looks an awful lot like Martha Jones. Oh yeah, we've seen them faces through history and other strange things. Stranger things as well. Just what is the Doctor doing? Why does the Doctor intervene in history? Because I think the Doctor, whether it be the past, the present, or the future, is defending the universe and all time and space, and has been doing this for so long because a long time ago, when the Doctor was an old man, or at least trying to be grumpy, old and important like you do when you're young, left home and went and had a very strong love of humans, and little of him knowing that he inspired many others to follow in that footsteps. Of course, as well with the Doctor, there's like another unique trait the Doctor has: two hearts. In 1999, on December 30th, when a man was taken into the hospital, he had his x-ray scans to see for any chest wounds. They found two hearts on his scan. What was all that about? That's because his kind has two hearts. And then, of course, wherever you see the Doctors or the Doctor, the blue box is never far away. Here's another photo that I found, taken in 1960s. Says the Doctor and Ruby Sunday. Now, Ruby Sunday currently lives at home and just thinks it may be a lookalike of her. Could be. But I think with the Doctor being a time traveller, he hasn't got to her yet. And this man next to her who believes to be the Doctor, I don't think the Doctor's become that person again. And why do I think this is the Doctor? Here's another photo, or at least a drawing or something from the early 19th, late 18th century. It was a drawing or a painting or whatever of that person. He was similar, very similar looking to the Doctor. You see, there are strange things yet to come in the year of 2024, and I think we're going to see more of this incarnation of the Doctor, because he is a face changer, a Time Lord. You see, I'm making these vlogs, or I've been making them, Not to just make you people who may or may not be watching aware of the Doctor, but I'm also hoping that the Doctor will see these. The Doctor will see these, and I hopefully will get his attention. And I want him to find me. You see, Doctor, if you're looking for me, if you're seeing any of these right now, just know that I, the vlogger, am here. And I stick around here every now and then. I like to hopefully see if I can find you again. I've been staying at places like Airbnbs and stuff, vlogging. But there was a time in my long life, there was a time in my early years where I would vlog and I got into a bit of trouble about bother with it, but yes. I don't think I have nothing more to say. I'll say muffin then as in cake. I don't think I have anything more to say on these theories and sightings of the Doctor. All I know is that he's out there. Because the Doctor, I don't think, is the only one of his kind out there. I know he's not the only one of his kind out there. There's many of them out there taking refuge in the stars. Their world went to war with these deadly creatures in the universe. Creatures that have been to Earth. Daleks. I think I'll leave it right there, don't you? For those who have stuck with me throughout this series, I want to thank you for watching and, well, let's just say, if you ever encounter me, please leave me alone because you don't want to know me. Also, the Doctor, well, that's your own risk. But all I can say is life does change when you go near the Doctor, even when you touch the Doctor for a split second, or any of us. You will never look at the universe or the stars in the same way again. I must go now. Oh, I forgot to turn this thing off. Come on.